Translation. I have described the 9 basic elements as the enjoying soul, nature, nature's primeval manifestation of the Mahatattva, false ego, either air, fire, water, and earth. Purport. Prakriti or nature is originally unmanifest and later become manifest as the Mahatattva. Although the living entity is Purusha, an enjoyer, the real process by which he can enjoy is by satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord. Just as the hand eats by supplying food to the stomach, within material nature, the living entity becomes a false enjoyer, forgetting his subservience to the Lord. The material elements, as well as the living entity and the supersoul, are thus systematically analyzed to demonstrate to the conditioned soul his actual constitutional position beyond material nature. So, Janmashtami Prabhu just told me that I have to continue up to text 18. Okay, so I have text 15. Swatram twag darshanam ghano jivheti jnana sattayah vakpani upastha payu angrihi karmani ango bhayam manah. Hearing, touch, sight, smell and taste are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses. My dear Uddhava, and speech, the hands, the genitals, the anus and the legs constitute the 5 working senses. The mind belongs to both these categories. 11 elements are mentioned in this verse. Text 16. Sabda sparso rasoh gandho rupam cheti arthajataya gatihi ukti silpani karamani atana siddhayah. Sound, touch, taste, smell and form are the objects of the knowledge acquiring senses, and movement, speech, excretion and manufacture are functions of the working senses. Short purport. Here the word utsarga refers to evacuation by the genitals and anus, and thus constitutes 2 elements. In this way, 10 elements are listed here in 2 sets of 5. Text 17. Sargadau prakrutirhi asya karya karana rupini sattvadibhir gunair dhatte purusaha abhyaktaikhyate. In the beginning of creation, nature assumes by the modes of goodness, passion and ignorance its form as the embodiment of all subtle causes and gross manifestation within the universe. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not enter the interaction of material manifestation by merely glances upon nature. So, short purport. The personality of Godhead is not subject to transformation like the subtle and gross material elements. Thus, the Lord is vyakta, or not materially manifest at any stage of cosmic evolution. Regardless of the specific method of cataloging the material elements, the Lord remains the ultimate creator, maintainer, and annihilator of the total cosmic situation. Text 18. Vyaktadayo vikurvana dhattavaha purusakraya labdha virya sujanti andam samhataha prakrutir balat. Translation. As the material elements headed by the Mahatattva are transformed, they receive their specific potencies from the glance of the Supreme Lord and being amalgamated by the power of nature, they create the universal egg. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Sailakaya Chakhurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurubhe Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnambhamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanitamscha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Sankarsana Karanatoya Sai Garbhodosai Chapayabdhi Sai Sesasya Jasyang Sakala Saha Nityanandakya Ramang Saranang Mamastu Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratisai Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Purusha Prakrutir Vyaktam Ahankaro Nabhavanila Jyotir Apah Khitir Iti Tattvani Uktani Me Nabha. I have described the 9 basic elements as the enjoying soul, nature, nature's primeval manifestation of the Mahatattva, false ego, ether, air, fire, water, and earth. So, this chapter is about the elements of material creation, but the introduction to this chapter, is mentioned that there are many opinions concerning the number of material elements, but this difference of opinions brought about by the influence of the illusory energy is not logical. All the elements of nature exist everywhere. So authorities who have accepted the illusory potency of the Supreme Personality may propose a variety of theories. The insurmountable illusory energy of God is the root cause of their mutually contradictory arguments. But specifically here, this opinion is given by Lord Sri Krishna himself. This is the conversation between Lord Sri Krishna and Uddhava. So Lord himself is telling that there is 9 basic elements as the enjoying soul, nature, nature's primeval manifestation of the Mahatattva, false ego, ether, air, fire, water, and earth. But generally we know there is 24 elements, like there's 5 the gross elements, 3 subtle elements, mind, false ego, and intelligence. There are also 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Then the 5 sense, like rupa, rasa, gandha, sparsa, all these 5 things. Like this, we can see there are 24 elements, including pradhan. That is, Prakriti or nature is originally unmanifest. So when Prakriti in unmanifested stage, it is known as Pradhan. But later become manifest as Mahatattva. So this purport is telling that although the living entity is Purusa, an enjoyer, the real process by which he can enjoy is by satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord. There is a nice verse in Bhagavad Gita, Purusaha prakrutisthahi bhukte prakrutijan gunan karana guna sangasya sat asat joni janmasuh. Because the previous verse is telling, in this world, the modes of goodness is recognized as knowledge, the modes of passion as fruitive work, the mode of darkness as ignorance. So that's why a conditioned soul having an enjoying motive, he thinks himself as an enjoyer, so actually the real enjoyer is Krishna. He is as Brahma Samhita says that Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna. He is the original Purusa. Purusa means enjoyer. But living entity, being a part and parcel of Krishna, he also thinks himself as enjoyer. He is Tatastha Sakti, the marginal energy. But actually the real position of the living entity is to serve the Supreme Lord, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nitya Das. He is eternal servant of Krishna. So, and this is also the marginal energy, and as long as living entity is engaged in devotional service of Krishna, by what is the meaning of devotional service? By engaging his senses in the service of the master of senses, Sri Krishna. That is called bhakti. So when he is engaged in service of Krishna, then a living entity is in a proper situation, he is free from anxiety, and he is enjoy a blissful life. But because association, though a living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, Mamai Vangsha, Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Krishna is telling, this living entity is also my fragmental parts and parcel, and it is also eternal. But being associating with the nature, like a Purusha Prakriti Stahi Bhunkte Prakriti Jan Gunan, because he is associating with the modes of nature, mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So a living entity is forced to act in certain way, because Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasah ahankara vimudatma karta aham iti manyate. Actually, when a conditioned soul come in association of the material modes, then he falsely thinks himself as doer. And so that's why here is, in this purport is specifically is recommended that one should give up this false notion that a living entity, though thinks himself Purusha, an enjoyer, the real process by which he can enjoy is by satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord. So there is another verse is given, and Srimad Bhagavatam like Jatha Torormula Nisechanena Trupyanti Tatskandha Bhujopasakha Pranopaharena Jatha Indriyanam Tathaiva Sarvahana Achyutejya. Just here is also written, just as hand eats by supplying food to the stomach. So, just like similarly, if you want to see a tree is properly nourished, or it having the green leaves and flowers and also fruits, then we have to root water, or we pour water the root of the tree. Similarly, the Vedic statement is that Jasmin tushte jagat tushta. If Krishna is get pleased, then automatically everyone will get pleased. That is the process, how to make everyone peaceful and happy. In this material world, everyone is hunkering after peace and happiness. But how to achieve this peace and happiness, the root is if we can please this Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we perform devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, then automatically the entire creation, all the living entities, they can be peaceful and happy. Within this material nature, the living entity becomes a false enjoyer, forgetting his subservience to the Lord. Krishna te bhuliya jeet bhogavancha kare nikatastha maya tare jhapuriya dhare. Because the real position of a living entity is to serve the Supreme Lord, but due to the association with the modes of nature, the living entity has forgotten his original position, so he is trying to exploit the material nature. So in this way, he is getting suffered, because the material energy is very powerful. Even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in 7th chapter, 14th verse, that Mama Maya Durattaya Daivi Hesa Gunamayi Mama Maya Durattaya Mam Evaje Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. So Krishna himself is declaring that this energy of the Supreme Lord, the external energy, is very powerful. Because Krishna says that this is my energy. But unless one surrendered to Krishna, it's totally impossible to become free from the influence of material nature. So as long as we are in the influence of the material nature, then we have to act in certain way. When we influenced by mood of goodness, then we act in certain way that we will be interested to read more, chant more. Generally, it is mentioned that in this material world, generally the demigods in heavenly planet is considered that they are in mood of goodness. And the human beings in this earth planet, we are generally considered as in mood of passion. And other living entities, the animals, the lower species, they consider they are in mood of ignorance. But Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Triguna Visaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Arjuna, the subject matter of this whole Vedic literature, is just this, they're going on discussing about these three modes of nature and their influence, how living entities are under the clutches of this external energy. But if you want to get out from this, the influence of the mode of nature, then you come to the platform of platform of pure devotional service. Because in 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling, Yomang abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. If someone perform pure devotional service unto Krishna, then he can overcome the influence of the modes of nature, modes of material nature. So that's why in the purport this is recommended in 14th verse purport that one must perform pure devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, and by following the process of bhakti yoga. That is recommended in this age of Kali. Vrindavan Das Thakur, author of Chaitanya Bhagavat, he used to say, Bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga dhan, bhakti yoga Krishna nama Sravana Krandan. Actually, our only treasure is following the process of bhakti yoga, devotional service unto the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Then he told, what is bhakti yoga? In this age of Kali, bhakti yoga means Krishna nama Sravana Krandan. You have to, in this, because in the age of Kali, there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Iti sodasakang namna kalau kalmasanasanam nato paratara upaya sarva vedesu drishyate. The Brahma told to Narada, I have made a research of all the Vedic literatures. And then Brahma declared that no other way, no other way, no other way. The only way for this Kali Yuga, by chanting the 16 words and 32 syllables, this particular mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But we may chant this Hare Krishna mantra, but we know the real chanting means tears must flow from our eyes. Bhagavatam says, if someone is chanting Hare Krishna mantra and tears is not flowing from his eyes and his voice is not choked, then it is, we can understand that his heart is made steel framed. With so many offenses, that's why we are not manifesting the symptoms of chanting holy name of the Lord. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told how, if you chant, how do we chant Hare Krishna? Nayanat galadasru dharaya badanam gadgada ruddhaya gira ulakair nichitang vapuhu kada taba nama grahane bhavishyati. We must come to that stage. That is a real purpose of this human life. In this age of Kali, there is no other way, but we must chant holy name purely. In the beginning, we are starting with offenses, But as Haridas Thakur Namacharya, he said that if you chant with offenses, what is the result? We chanting holy name with offenses, then what is the result? He explained it in the assembly of Govardhan Mujumdar that all our material desires will get fulfilled. Chant offense with offenses, Hare Krishna. All the material desires will get fulfilled. He may become very famous person in this material world. And whatever he desire for sense gratification, he may achieve all these things very quickly. He will chant offenses, names with offenses. Then if we chant holy name, a neutral stage, abhas stage, without offenses, but it is not also pure name. So that nama bhase ajamila vaikuntha gelare. It means ajamila, by chanting this abhas nam, he get qualified to achieve the Vaikuntha Loka, the Vaikuntha planet. But what if someone chants the holy name offenselessly, pure name, then he achieves love of Godhead, Krishna Prem. So that is the goal. That is the essence of teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Otherwise, other acharyas, they came and they gave up the process, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. It's 4 purusartha. But it is the gift of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu that he told, no, there is also another purusartha. This is called Krishna Prema. Aradhya Bhagavan Braje Satanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Brajabadhu Vargena Jakalpita Srimat Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumarthamahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatrodharanaparaha. This beautiful verse is compiled by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, known as Rasika Acharya in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So he told, our worshipable Lord is Brajendra Nandana Krishna. And Brajasata is equally also his pastime place, Vrindavan. He also worshipable. But how to please the Supreme Lord? We must learn from the Brajavasis by following the footprints of the Brajavasis. Brajavadha, specifically Braja Gopis. We have to follow that principle. Because Rupa Goswami told that he recommended that Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Jadi Kutopi Labhyate Laulyam Api Ekalamulyam Koti Janma Sukruti Rapi Nalabhyate. If someone has Laulyam, he developed that greed to achieve the love of Godhead, or to know how to love Krishna, then he can get. Otherwise, by other means we cannot achieve. That is that we have to follow the footprints of the Brajavasis and different rasas, like Prabhupada wrote in his purport in Upadasamitrana 8th verse. Tannama rupa charitadi sukirtananu smutyaha kramena rasana manasi nivajya tishthan braje tadanuragi jananugami kalam nayet akhilam iti upadesa saram. This is the essence of all instructions, Rupa Goswami says. So, in that purport, Prabhupada wrote about if someone is in Dasya, he has to follow the footprints of Raktak, Chitrak, Patrak. If he is in Sakhya, then he has to follow the footprints of the Sudama, Subala, all this, those are in Sakhya Rasa. If someone is Vatsal, he has to follow the footprints of the elderly Gopas and Gopis. And if someone is Madhurya, then he has to follow the footprints of the Gopis. Sukya Madhurya and footprints of the Dwarka queens, and in Parokya Madhurya has to follow the footprints of the gopis. So, in this way, that is the goal of life. We have to achieve this pure love of Godhead. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, because Kapila Dev also he told in his teachings, Diyamanam na gunnati binamat sevanam jana. Even someone qualified to get all these four types of liberation, Sarupya, Samipya, Salokya, and Sasti, staying in the same planet of the Lord, that is Salokya, very close to Lord Samipya, and Sarupya having the same bodily feature, and also having the same opulence as the Supreme Lord has. These are four types of liberation, but a pure devotee even rejects these things. Diyamanam nagunnati, he never accepts. He told no, he says, if there is any service for me, without service, devotee never accept these four types of liberation. That's why Prabhupada translated Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the pure, necessary science of pure devotional service. So devotion means service. If you have no service, then that is not, how can it be devotion? It's practical, something practical activity. Bhajatam, many places the word comes bhajatam. And when Prabhupada translated this word, he told bhajatam means this comes from bhajadhatu. So it means some practical service unto the Lord. Like the Brajavasis, they are engaged in practical service of the Lord. So, in this way, this is the goal, Prema Pumartha Maha. We must come to that platform. That's why this, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as Srila Prabhupada established the society as the founder Acharya, and himself he demonstrated practically in his life. You can see how he served so intensely. As one of his class in Vrindavan, I heard the Sesa Prabhu was telling, when Prabhupada was coming to a spiritual master, he never argued with him. He never asked him, he simply asked the six words, a sentence. How can I please you? How can I serve you? These words. So that is, we should come to that platform. So, in this way we can fulfill the desire of the founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada if we become a pure devotee. That is the goal. I mean, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also used to say like this. The gallons of blood you can spend, if you make only one pure devotee, that is the purpose of the entire International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Of course, there are many Uttama Vaishnavas in our society. So that's why the society is surviving and also developing in preaching. So many preaching everywhere in the world, teaching is going on and is also progressing. So many centers. Prabhupada times there are 108 centers. Now we have already more than nearly 700 centers everywhere. But the purpose is to teach the people how to achieve love of Godhead. So that is the goal. So unless we achieve that goal, then useless, we simply spending our time uselessly. So anyhow, this is the goal. Niroparadhe namalaile pae premadhan. Narottam Das Thakur, he mentioned that Visaya chadiya serase majia mukhe bolo hari hari. When chanting Hare Krishna, we must give our attachment for sense gratification. As long as we have these attachments, then how can we achieve? That's why the essence of all teachings is Tader Charana Sebi Bhakta Sane Vas Janame Janame Hai Yehi Abhilas. This is our aspiration for life after life, that we may have this association of the Vaishnavas And in association of Vaishnavas, we can achieve this purpose. Because we have so many defects. We are conditioned souls. And one of this purpose that this society also, this Ramanirati society here, and in Vrindavan also, in last days Prabhupada used to say, when his godbrothers came to meet him, he chanted this verse, Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vas Janame Janame Hai Yahi Abhilas. This is our only desire, birth after birth. A devotee never think whether he is in hell or in heaven or in... That is the essence of teachings of Bhagavatam. Narayana Parasarve Na Vibhyasati Kaschana Swarga Apavarga Narakesu Api Tulyartha Darsina. This is the Bhagavad, this is teachings of Bhagavatam. So that's why Maharaj Chitraka, Lord Shiva, and glorifying Maharaj Chitraketu, he told this verse to Parvati. So anyhow, so that must be our aspiration. So then we can please Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So any question or comment? I am very thankful to Sesa Prabhu because he told me that I generally I speak very speed. So no one can understand my pronunciation because I am Indian English. I am speaking that English also. My second language. And I speak very fast. So this class I try a little, but I don't know whether it's okay or not. Okay. So any question or comment? Yes. Yeah. But I'm not, I don't want to be so envious that because I'm not Uttamadhikari, I'm saying, oh, no one else could be Uttamadhikari. But Uttama Haya Kanishta, Uttama Haya Apanake Kare Kanishta Gyan. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling, what are the symptoms of a Uttamadhikari Vaishnava? Even if he is in Uttama platform, but he thinks I am most fallen, most degraded personal. Uttamadhikari will always think like that. Like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami used to say, Jagai madhai haite ami se papistha, puri sera kita haite ami se lagistha, mohena nirghunya va keba daya kare, eka nityananda vina jagata sangsare. I saw also many devotees here, they are very, very much enthusiastic to getting the touch of Lord Nityananda. So Nityananda, this is the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, no doubt he is Uttama Vaishnava, topmost Vaishnava, but he is expressing his feelings like this. He is telling, I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. I am such a degraded person, even a worms in a drain, in a nasty drain, is better than me. I am such a fallen soul, conditioned souls. I have no hope, but still I have one hope. May Lord Nityananda be merciful unto me. Eka Nityananda vina jagata sangsari. In this entire creation I have no hope except the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. So Uttama Adhikari always thinks like that. He thinks I am the most degraded, most fallen. Everyone is engaged in devotional service except me. Things like that. Okay. Yes. Yes. Janmashtami Prabhu.
In purport to text 5 of Nectar's instruction, Prabhupada describes the symptoms of the Uttama Adhikari as one who strictly following all the rules and regulations, but always meditating on how to spread Krishna consciousness. That kind of experience. Yes. And so it kind of expands the horizon
Yes. Actually, the symptom of a Uttama Vaishnava, Prabhu Goswami is telling, Ninda Adi Sunya Hridaya Ipsita Sangalabdva. That person who has given up this tendency of blaspheming or criticizing others. One may be chanting 2 lakh names, sitting in a Radha Kunda, bank of Radha Kund, chanting 3 lakh names or 2 lakh names. But if he has not given up this tendency of criticizing others, blaspheming others, then how can he be Uttama? This is not simple. That's why Rupa Goswami is telling, Ninda Adi Sunya Ipsita. And this whole verse that Tannama Rupa Charita Adi Sukir. No, sorry. No, this is the 8th verse in the Upanishads. I am telling the 5th verse. Krishnati Jasya Girita Manasa Driyeta Dikhyasti Chet Pranati Bhischa Bhajantamisham Susrusaya Bhajana Vigya Ananyamanya Ninda Adi Sunya Hridaya Ipsita Sangalabdva. Someone is chanting that the Kanistha, which is a neophyte devotee, is chanting but not following properly regulative principles. Because he is chanting Hare Krishna, you have to pay respect in mind. At least you have to pay her because he is chanting Hare Krishna. If someone is initiated, he is chanting, following regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following the instruction of Guru and also hearing Bhagavatam, doing deity worship, you have to pay. He is a Madhyama, you have to pay him Panchanga Pranam. But that person, you should associate and serve him. And that is Guhya Makhyati Pucha. All these relations you can establish with that Vaishnava, who is Susrusaya Bhajana Vigyananya, that we have to serve him. Who is Ninda Adi Sunya Hridaya. His heart is, there is no room for blaspheming others, criticizing others. Otherwise you may be chanting so many names, but if you are criticizing others, blaspheming others, then you are not in Uttama platform. You are not in that stage of Tunadapi, Sunichena, Karoropi, Sahisuna, Amanina, Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. The essence, this is verse. So that's why we see many people. I have experienced one time in Vrindavan. I was New Bhakta director. Somehow one devotee left. He went to Radhakund. And he was with Babaji, but from there he was sent message, please save me. Somehow I come here. But I don't want, I am just completely confused. Please save me from here. So we went to bring that devotee there. The Babaji immediately started arguing, blaspheming. Whole ISKCON. He's telling you people will go to Vaikuntha, you will come never attend Goloka, like this. They tell so many, they were directly attacking Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is standing. So we asked them that is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was chanting or not holy name? He was chanting? Yes, he was chanting. So if someone is chanting holy name, how can you blaspheme him? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Ekavara jara mukhe suni Krishna naam seita Vaishnava kara tahara samman. You have to pay respect to a person even once you have chanting, he is uttering Hare Krishna mantra. So Bhakti Saraswati Thakur chanted, he has 9 years he chanted like crores of names. So how can you blaspheme? Then how can we believe that you are Uttam Vaishnava, you are qualified to give association? So in this way, if you will not, if somebody, one may be chanting so many things, but if he not give up this tendency of blaspheming others, then how can he be Vaishnava? Vaishnava ke? Yes. Yes.
We can respect them that they're wonderful devotees,
Yes.
they're more advanced than me, but they may be making mistakes
Okay. Yes. What you are telling, what you are speaking, that is the platform of Madhyama Vaishnava. He has to discriminate. But Uttama Vaishnava, he is out of that. But because of, if he come to the preacher platform, then he has to also discriminate. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, many people told Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that why you get this sannyas dress? Who gave this dress? Your guru was Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Babaji Paramahansa, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The president, why? He told, because I am not in that platform. They are Paramahansas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. But because I am not in that platform, I don't artificially imitate them. So I have changed this dress because I am following the Varnashrama system. Sannyas, there is a sannyasi, is a preacher. So I change this dress. So in this way, a preacher has to discriminate sometimes. Yes.
Regarding the Babajis at Radhakund, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, functioning on the Madhyama platform, said all these Babajis are bogus. I have a quote.
Okay. Yes. That's why unless we offenseless chanting, how can we become? If Uttama Vaishnava means is chanting offenselessly, without offenses. Okay. Any other comment or question? So please accuse me anything offense I committed, or because my English is not proper, not Indian English, second language. And also I speak little fast. This complaint is not first time. Many places the people tell like this, that speaking very speed. Okay, Hare Krishna.